Good morning, and I hope you've been well, and this is part 56 of the Pokemon Rejuvenation V13.5 Let's Play, set mode, no items, so before we get into the main story, I did get a comment from a longtime viewer letting me know that Tapu Koko is here, and I should go on ahead and talk to him. I would safely assume this would be a missable scene, so if you are new to the game and whatnot, I would recommend that you do talk to him before you miss out on this event. And I want to say again, thank you to the longtime viewer for letting me know about this, because one, I am new to V13.5, so I probably would have missed this if they weren't there to make that comment, so thank you for that, I really do appreciate it. But let's go on ahead and see what you have got to say. You have done well, Alan. My Terrajuma Island has fallen, but I have done everything I could to save this one. I hope that my sins have been forgiven. The rest is up to you, Alan. Perhaps we shall fight together once again someday. Farewell. So that was the reason. Tapu Koko lost its home. It probably saw our world in turmoil and decided that it was best to show its face here and help. But now that Terrajuma is saved, it felt no reason to stick around. Or maybe it's going to try and help another world out there that needs help. Well, you are welcome here anytime, Tapu Koko, and I hope wherever you are that you too find some peace. Well, that's a really neat event. There's honestly... I don't really want to get into like a lot of like spoiler and rant and ramble stuff with all of that, but I think I'll just keep it simple. I don't want to get into spoiler territory. It really is like an interesting little touch and whatnot. It's tricky because it's like there's so much I want to say. Screw it, I'm gonna do it. I have to. I'll try not to be super long with this rant as usual. It might get into some spoiler stuff. If you want, go to the comment section below. There will be a timestamp for you. Go on ahead and click on the timestamp when it's done and over with, so yeah. So to try to keep it simple, it's honestly like a really interesting thing that Rejuvenation has decided to add into the game. Like, they give these subtle little hints here and there about, you know, like the other world like not doing so well, and this one, you know, was potentially one of the ones that could continue to thrive. I think there was some slight stuff here and there that kind of like hinted at that. I have to try like to remember some of those. Maybe it wasn't like from here on and backwards, but more so here and maybe to like the futures when some of the cracks kind of start to show its true colors and whatnot with what's truly going on within this extremely complex puzzle. But anyways though, I think it's really interesting because with him saying there, my world failed, mine didn't work, I want to hopefully save your world, and I did that, I helped, and I hope that my sins and all will be forgiven. Now it is interesting when he says I hope my sins will be forgiven. There's two ways that I kind of go about that. One, either the most likely scenario, Tapu Koko failed to save his Terrajuma, or on the flip side, it could be a really weird thing that, let's say he was a part of the problem, because, what was it? There are some legends, like Landers for an example, that was pretty like rude to us going through the home. Rightfully so, of course. Within that one side quest where, you know, he didn't really want humans in here because back then humans did bad things and whatnot, so we did what we had to do to get rid of them. And of course it makes sense because of, well, the whole beginning with old Earth and all that kind of stuff. I don't want to get into like Variety stuff too much because that's very, very heavy spoiler territory, but I would assume because of all of that, of course some legends are going to be like, wait a minute, yeah, we kind of know what's going on, we know what happened, so maybe I'm right, maybe I'm wrong on that, but that's how I'm going to go about it, is one of those two ways, just to keep it simple and not go down the Variety rabbit hole. That one or two things happen. Most likely the one where he probably failed to save it, that's probably what it is, but maybe there is that off chance that maybe he was the problem itself. Same with the other Guardians. But it could have been a thing like they got mad with everything, did some stuff, Team Zen, let's say, won, or something else won, maybe Angie, who knows what happened within his timeline, but let's say that all happened, and let's say the reality of what happened with V13.5, that Obelisk scene where everything was just dark. You had me and Malia in like this hooded thing. It was just dark, it was miserable, depressing. Maybe that came to, you know, a reality towards them, and they realize, we messed up. We didn't want this. This was not meant to happen. So, yeah. Either or probably happened. Most likely he failed to save them, and his place turned into ruin. But, it is interesting that he was able to, you know, travel, you know, to a different time, because I don't know how that works for Tapu Koko. I mean, of course, to be realistic, it is a fictional story. It's a legendary Pokemon. It might be reasonable to say, because he is, again, a legendary, he's able to do that kind of thing. But that kind of goes into a thing that I'm kind of like, but what if it wasn't that? What if something created that opportunity for him to do that? It sounded more so likely that he did it himself to create the portal and go through different timelines and whatnot. I know this is a far reach that I brought up to a longtime viewer, that I think potentially, for some weird reason, maybe Clear and Kieran had something to do with that. That's a big maybe though. But I'm gonna say most likely that's not what happened, but it's not impossible, because I brought up the theory before on one of the episodes that I really do feel that, you know, Clear, Kieran, Madam X, to really achieve their goals and whatnot, I feel like they have to play the story how Variety intended it and how she created this whole thing, to go about it step by step and get to the point where maybe they actually get into contact with her. Because again, there are moments that you see within the game, especially at the beginning. I think it's something that I and a longtime viewer brought up as well, with you and Malia at Gearin Park. The green eye thing appeared, and that tells me at some given point something changed, something got reverted, something didn't work out, and it had to be redone again. I believe he brought up the point that Jane answered his question that maybe something happened that wasn't meant to happen. I forgot exactly what he said. It was a long while back when he made that comment. But that tells me that it didn't play right. Let's say, for an example, Team Zen got Malia, they did this and that, but then things went wrong. It didn't go as they intended, and they had to redo it again. They had to. So at this point, it's like, okay, we're now at this point in the game. Tapu Koko needs to be brought here somehow. Maybe they did that. Voice crack there. Most likely not, but it is kind of fun to try to like connect the dots, because it's something that I brought up before, that I do think in some way, shape, and form they have to play the game as intended, and if not, they have to redo it again. Again, we know that Madam X has the time diamond. She's willing and is able to revert back to an old time if needed. So Yeah, I don't know. I don't want to go down that rabbit hole too much, but I think in some way, shape, and form, it's possible that that might be why Tapu Koko was there and why they added him within the story and whatnot, because it was needed because, again, Varaya's story intended for that to happen. So again, they have to play it step by step, and if they go off, the rail, bad things happen, and their goal will never come to, reality, and they just got to do it do it how she intended it to be until they get to the end game. So I think it's possible that that might be what they have to do, because again, another thing, at any given point, as I brought up on the mountain and many other episodes, Madam X, at any given point, if she really wanted to, could just grab Malia and just be gone with the wind. Same with Claire and Kieran. They could do it at any given point if they really wanted to. And there's nothing that Malia can do about it. So why haven't they? I'll leave it at that. But I guess going back to the Tapu Koko thing, though, just to wrap it up, though, it is interesting, and it is fun to play around with that idea, but who knows? Who knows? But it is a cool little scene overall. But alright, enough of the spoilers. We'll stop there. Alrighty, so with that being said and done, I guess overall, just to say it, as we're going back to Teleresort, it is a cool little scene overall. And I really want to, at some given point, I really want to, I don't know if it would be this episode, but I really would like to just go over my thoughts and feelings on, the Terrajuma arc as a whole. But I know I haven't really completed the other remaining side quest here, and I kind of want to do those before going on a rant and ramble about how I feel about it, but we'll see what happens. We'll see how this all goes. Now, I did go on ahead and did some EV training with these guys here. I know I got some comments from somebody new that I don't recognize, so it was a pretty pretty pleasant surprise, not present, sorry, to see that. He brought up some interesting ideas, like creating like some sun teams and all of that kind of stuff for certain battles. Now, you're not wrong, sun teams, rain teams. I don't know if you could really do like a sand team right now, but I mean, you can, but I would say there's much more opportunity right now with sun and rain teams to be used and whatnot. He's not wrong when, or he or she, I don't know, when they brought up like fire, I can't speak today, sun teams, sorry. They definitely are good within like battles within Rejuvenation. I have no doubt about that within my mind. Just being honest, I, even playing like competitively on like Showdown many years ago when I used to be like into competitive play, I just never really used sun or rain teams. I never really did. Now, like I know how they work somewhat, and I have used them before, and they definitely are very, very good, but I just haven't really used them. But like I brought up before, it's something that I really want to show within this series, that there are a multitude of possibilities on going about these battles, especially by them making the difficulty way, way easier now. There are so many different ways, and even like back then, honestly, there are a lot of different ideas you could do. Sun teams work well with some battles, rain can work well. It's amazing to see some of the mono type teams that somehow they make it work, and it works. It's pretty creative, honestly, but at some given point we will get a little bit wacky and try to build some of those sun teams and whatnot, just to show players that, you don't have to build a normal team like this. You can build a rain team, a sun team, even a sand team if you really wanted to, and you can get pretty wacky with it. But yeah, but it is something that I do want to say in general. Overall, everybody has different preferences on how to go about it. There are a multitude of different ways that you can combine your teams and whatnot to win the battle. So go about it how you wish to do so, but we will explore some of those weather teams once we get to those points. But yeah. Now, he also brought up, what is it, Guts Obstagoon. You can't really get the Flame Orb right now. I think he brought that up as well, so once we get to that point, we can explore that. He brought up Minchino. I actually do have this guy here. He is EV Train. I just haven't really used this guy at all. I'm sure he's amazing, or well, I should say she is amazing, but yeah, I just haven't really used it, honestly. At some point I will, but yeah. I don't know, it's really tricky, because, like, again, there are so many ideas, there's so many ways I can go about certain battles, but I just put something together in my head, just see if it sticks, and then if it doesn't, readjust it, go about it like that, and then just continue onwards. But I do appreciate that he did make those comments, and for new players that may, for whatever reason, may be struggling with the game and whatnot, there are so many different ways to go about it. Explore, experiment, try, fail, and at some given point, you'll get there. You'll win that battle that you might be struggling with. Just gotta go about it, and just continue to try and learn. I'm terribly sorry, but this bar is for adults only, please understand. Goodness, what a bloody racket. Is this what kids listen to these days? I suppose I cannot complain too much, though. There's a reason for celebration. But I do not intend to stick around for long. I plan on returning to Neverwinter soon. Martin was absolutely besides himself with worry when I called him earlier. No surprise, considering how long I've been gone for. Though one drink to celebrate a well-earned victory over Team Zen cannot hurt. Cheers to our victory, Elan. Oh. Yeah, I want to watch it. Better to just get this over with now. Hello? Did I reach the Wickham estate? This is Kreese speaking. That's pretty cool. I kind of wish to see the rest of that text. And I like his little sprite here, just already pulling the phone away from his ear. And then this here, this is new. And if I'm not mistaken, Martin as well is a new trainer, the normal type gym leader, if I'm not mistaken. I think this is actually our first interaction with him, and I kind of hope we'll see him at some given point within the game. Because again, he is a new character and all that, and I don't really know him. But that's really goofy. I like this whole scene here. What the hell, Kreese? You haven't called in weeks. Do you have any idea how worried I've been? Hello, Martin. Hello? You've been completely unreachable for nearly a month, and hello is all you've got to say? How about an apology instead? I know you got on extended business trips from time to time, but you never go on radio silence. Couldn't you have at least texted me to tell me you were at the very least alive? Good grief, you're barely giving me a chance to say anything to begin with. Settle down for a minute and allow me to explain. Kreese explained what happened with Angie and Team Zen. Now, do you hopefully understand? I get it now. But Kreese, yes. Why do you always manage to get yourself into trouble like that? Every time I take my eyes off of you, for even a moment you bite off more than you can chew. After so many years I thought you'd have gotten used to it. That doesn't excuse throwing yourself at a problematic situation at every opportunity. You nearly got turned into a popsicle, Kreese. You do understand why I was just about ready to go to Terajuma and turn the entire place upside down to find you, right? Yes, that sounds like a very you thing to do. In fact, the assistance in resolving the situation here would have been rather welcome, but I do not think I was in any mortal danger, at least not while I was imprisoned by Angie. What do you mean? It's a thought that's been nagging at me. Had Angie truly wished to kill me, she would have imprisoned me in ice as soon as I entered her domain, but instead I was kept a prisoner in a separate room unharmed for reasons unknown. Now, that is a really interesting thing because... Alright, slight spoilers. If you don't want to listen, skip on to the... Well, sorry. Go to the comment section below, check out the timestamp, skip on ahead if you are new and don't want to hear this, so it'll only be like a few seconds. So again, if you don't want to get spoiled, comment section below, go to the guide, timestamp thing. Yeah. So it's a really interesting comment that he brought up there, because if you may or may not know and wish to listen to this, Kreese is Angie's mother. Now, of course, Angie, the one that we know now, isn't really the Angie that we know, but it's an interesting sign to know that a part of Angie, like, is still within Angie, right? Because he brought up an interesting point. At any given point, because, like, she tried to kill all of us after the whole ritual thing, but for some reason, she didn't freeze him. Why? I don't know. Like Kreese said, I don't know why he did that, or she did that. I don't know why. Everybody else did. Everybody else got attacked by her, but she just let me chill in this ice prison wall thing. I was fine. I was chilling. I was vibing, you know? But, yeah, it's a really interesting thing how they add a little bit more to that, because, like, again, one of the things that I really love about this version, and the positives that I have with Terajuma's arc, is they add more with the characters. They add more scenes and whatnot, and I appreciate that they add more of the Kreese, because, again, with the older versions, I brought it up before if I'm not mistaken, you see him through that arc, and he's gone. You never see him again. And I really hope that this is not going to be like the final time that we see him. I have a feeling that there's a decent chance that's probably what's going to happen, but at the same token, though, I kind of understand it, because there are a lot of characters, and it's hard to give screen time to every single one of them, you know? I don't know. It's hard the word, but, see, and that's another thing, too, with, like, Neverwinter. It would have been cool to, unless they rechanged it, I don't think they did. I would have to look around, like, Neverwinter Island, but it would have been cool if they would have, like, added maybe, like, the manor there, maybe, like, a little town up there, and maybe visit, you know, Kreese, Martin, have a little thing with all of that. That would have been kind of neat, because, again, adding Martin here, and I would assume there would be more to him, maybe down the road, maybe so, but if there isn't, though, why even add a new character then? If you're just gonna, again, just brush him off into oblivion and never really see him again. Same with Kreese. I don't know, maybe I'm wrong. There may be more scenes with him in the future. I certainly hope so, but I just don't know how they would add them, though. That I don't know. Time will tell, I guess, and people don't really have to spoil it. I mean, you can if you want to. I don't really mind it, but I'll leave it at that. Alright, enough of spoilers and all of that. Hell, those bloody servants of hers even brought me meals twice a day. They were meager, or however you say that. Sure, but it was enough to keep me nourished. That's definitely odd. Maybe she needed you for something, or maybe there's something she knew that's related to you. Well, she's stuck in a block of ice now, so I guess we'll never know what she wanted from me. Of me, sorry. I don't really need to know what was going through that godforsaken hack fraud's head anyways. It was a little important in the long run. I'm sorry for not getting in touch sooner, by the way. Despite those servants of hers being on their phones all the time, Angie's domain did not have mobile service. After being freed, I suppose I simply forgot I had a phone to begin with, and once I remembered, it had run out of battery. Now that's a very you thing to do, to forget about your phone. I still don't like using it, but I will try my best to use it more if it eases your heart a little bit. Thanks, but now that I know you're safe, I don't feel as worried anymore. You'll be coming home soon then? Correct, my business is almost wrapped up. Good to hear. I'm sure the people in Everwinter will be happy to see you return. Oh, and Kreese? Mm-hmm. I missed you. I'll see you soon. Missed you too. See you soon, Martin. That's a really cool scene. I like that. I don't know, maybe there is like a new town there. I'd have to go check and see. I don't remember there one being there, though. But it wouldn't hurt to look again. Goodness, what a bloody racket. Is this what kids listen to? Oh. Oh wait, whoops, sorry. I suppose I cannot complain too much though, there's a reason for celebration. Oh, okay, we did read all of that, okay. So then, if I'm not mistaken, we gotta talk to some people to get the hype up. Come on, this club is banging, don't you love it here, baby? My boyfriend first takes me to a dark city, a village, and a ton of other dumb places, and then he finally decides to take me somewhere cool, like a party. But could we not find anything local? It took over a day to get here by boat. And I'm pretty sure you can kind of like spam it on certain characters and whatnot to like increase the hype level here and whatnot. I would recommend you do get it fully up because of course without it fully hyped and whatnot, you're not going to be able to enter the room. So yeah. Alrighty. Come on everyone, I want to hear you scream, turn up the music. I'm pretty sure I can... There we go. So, I don't remember her team, but let's go with you. And you, why not? And hopefully we don't lose here. We're about to lose, aren't we? I'm gonna double team you. Let's go for bounce because I'd rather not. I don't know why I thought it was gonna go for earth power. That critical hit sucked a lot. Let's go after you. Of course. I'm probably gonna redo that battle. Just because of that miss. Because I'm almost certain... Yeah, that miss kind of mattered. Okay, we'll redo that. Alright, let's try that again. Now normally these 2v2 battles, they're not really tricky. Just get something that works well against her and you should be okay. But I guess this time, I'm not really gonna care to go for bounce, honestly. Probably should have gone for bounce, but I'm not gonna worry about it. Cool, cool. I don't think that career really... it actually might have mattered, but that's okay. Alrighty. It was hype though, I'll take whatever I can get, and... Right, oh. Okay, we got another battle here. Livligant, Sanders, Blaze Kick. Man, it seems I'm wanting to miss quite a bit. Go for air slash here. I'll just do that. Take me out. Swampert, I could use your assistance. Your assistance. I feel like I said you're really weird there. Sorry. Okay. Maybe I got a little too excited. And then, right, as you get more hype, you do get a Nurse Joy in here. So there is that as well. I heard there was a pretty great party going on in here. Back in my day, I used to be quite the charmer. I believe that. Okay. We'll talk to you. Hey Alon, this party is looking pretty cool so far. Hey, I just wanted to thank you for saving my butt from that cell in Valor Mountain. I could have gotten out eventually, I'm sure, but that's just so boring, you know. So, I like to scavenge ruins and look in places most people don't, so I find cool things like these. I know it's not much, but I'm sure you'll be able to find some use for it. And then I'm pretty sure you could do a 2v2 battle with her. My search for Ren continues after a party at this bomb club. I already won a few rounds at bowling, I'm just that good. Say, speaking of winning, I'm not a trainer, but I like the battle. Right. What do you have again? Woobat and... what was it? Honchcrow? Right. Sorry, Swoobat, not Woobat. Close enough. I got the right idea. We'll do that. Go for that. Alrighty. Man, maybe next time. For now, I'm just gonna go bowl and win at that. Oh. You're new. Because back then, you were not here. You win now, right? I don't know a thing about bowling, but that was hype. Let me... I guess we can't talk to you, but I certainly would like to speak with you. What a party, am I right? What a good way to celebrate success. Hey, I have a great idea. Let's battle 2v2. I'm always itching for a good fight. What do you have again? You kind of have a wacky Sun Trick Room team, something like that? Or am I going crazy? Let's go Sonar and Olympia? I don't know her team. Okay. I mean, sun's already up anyways. Let's go after that. Just go for Earthquake. That still did okay damage. Not too bad. Cool, cool. Alright, it doesn't seem too tricky. That also reminded me, well, real quick. So strong, so strong. You're so cool, Alon. Alright, so I guess that's it for that. I thought maybe we would have gotten some more info with her on talking about like certain things and whatnot. Well, man, there's a lot of people here. I kind of want to like bring up something, but let me go through this. I saw a couple of Team Zen grunts hanging out in a lounge area. I spoke with them and it looks like they aren't here to cause any trouble. I suppose even Team Zen grunts need to unwind sometimes. I'm cool with them being in here, but the moment they act up, they're on out of here. Hello Alon, how are you doing on this fine day? This party's wonderful, isn't it? I'm just having a drink and a chat with Tesla here. It's a great time. I prefer more classical music, but every once in a while, you just have to let loose. Cool, cool. And then that's the Autono trainer there if you wish to farm some candies. Hey Alon, we've got to thank you for freeing Roram and the commander. If it weren't for you, they'd still be they'd still be frozen human sculptures. Hey, so Alex and I were thinking about asking you for a rematch. Let's go Sonar and Volkner. Because I think you have Machamp and Ampharos or Araquanid? Okay, Ampharos and Machamp. Okay. Let's go for you. Double team the Machamp. Okay. Super Fang. Okay. Then Sonar's out. And I think Volkner should be okay. Maybe. There we go. I should have used my Pelipper instead. I suck. You guys are fine. Well, it's a party. I drank a bit. I think I messed up. Oh well. Oh, Alex, you're something else. Thanks for the battle, Alon. We'll get stronger next time. Cool, cool. And then I believe these guys... Right, you can change the music if you want. And then we can... I guess we'll buy a few more of these. 15. Buy 4 of those. We'll buy a few of these, more so for convenience. Because why not? Okay. And then if I'm not mistaken... Oh, maybe they don't have a PC star in here. I thought they did. Maybe not. Okay. But, there is a way to farm money pretty easily. I might get into that next episode. One of the episodes. But, anyways, hey, we're not here to cause any trouble, Alon. We just wanted to have a small break before we headed on back to HQ. So I would appreciate it if you would just allow us to stay here for just a little bit. Don't worry, Alon. I'll take care of Sharon from now on. At least you're getting the name right. You two have fun. So I heard Alita's in a coma. I think that... You know... Why can't we have punching mechanics and rejuvenation? Because I think right about now, I think it deserves that. Alrighty. You were able to beat me last time, but next time I'll be the one who will come out on top, so you better watch your back. Normally, I'm not a fan of physical violence, but... You know, it might help out Texan a little bit with the way he is. I don't know, I don't want to be like... Jokes aside though, I don't want to be like too harsh on Texan. I know he's not the most favored character within Rejuvenation, you know, but I'll just leave it at that when the time is right to talk about it. Oh look, it's Little Dove. How are you, Little Dove, Little Dove, Little Dove? You know, I'm not usually the partying type. They haunt me. I threw a party once, then everybody disappeared before the night was done. I truly love that party. People talk though, they talk a lot more than they should. When parties are done, people leave. People leave when parties are done. Done are parties. Parties are done. Oh, I'm getting so emotional. I'm gonna cry on my dress. Not my dress, not my dress. I'm gonna stop talking now. That is probably wise. Darling, when I heard there was a party... Oh, sorry. I had to show up. Cool, cool. Crawley said they were all invited to this party. I'm so excited. Sorry, we are all invited. This is the only time I'll let my rangers slack off without punishment. They're going to be in a world of training after this party is done. Cool, cool. I'm so happy that I was invited to this party. I cannot wait for the main event. Everyone needs a little break after all. That's for what's happened, sorry. Though I think my dad needs to bring it down a peg, don't you think? Hey, by the way, how about we have a 2v2? Could bring the party to life. Great, I've been practicing my battling skills as of late. Sonar and... Why not? Let's go with Volkner. Great choice on my end to choose that. Alright, I'm gonna double team the Gallistopod, get it on out of here. Cool, cool. And then I should be okay. That miss kind of mattered. Oh, well. It worked out. Guess that's it then. Great battle. Well, it was all in good fun. You're very strong, Alon. Enjoy the rest of the party after this. It's back to work. Cool, cool. It would have been cool to see a few more rangers in here because, like, there's only you, Sam, and Alex. But I guess to be fair, a lot of the others are probably working. Alright, so it looks like we got enough hype there since the door is all red there. And what am I doing? Right, I gotta redo the team for the Amber battle. Oh, right, since we're right here at this given point, I kind of want to bring up my really stupid idea. I don't plan to do this as a Let's Play. When I do this, at some given point, I will make it a series. I understand that Rejuvenation has watered down the battles quite a bit, honestly, and I know further down the road, with certain battles that I know about, it's definitely going to get a lot more tricky. But for some reason, I've been really wanting to put myself in a really stupid challenge. I really want to do the Cass Pack Reborn Password Challenge run. I think that is, what is it, full IVs, full EVs on every stat on the opponent's side, and there's a few other passwords that I do want to add just to make things somewhat more convenient for me. The only thing that I wish, though, was I wish there was a password that I can get, I don't know, some sort of like easy like EV training room, or those one medicine things that maximize your stat, like 252, 252, and put 6 other EVs in some other random stat, you know? I wish there was something like that. I know there's like the power pack and there's certain areas that you can EV train in, but I just wish it wasn't going to be so time consuming on that end. But I've been really thinking about doing that. It sounds kind of wacky, but I don't know, I'm kind of in the mood to do something like that. Again, I don't think I'm going to do a Let's Play of it on that run. I kind of want to do it on my own time. But at some given point, I kind of wish to do that. I don't know why, I just thought I'd bring that up. Okay, so for Amber here, you do absolutely nothing for me. I love you, Sonar, but you have got to go. I have to remember Toxtricity is a part of that whole thing. Arcanine, Chandelure, Camerupt, so I think a fantastic Pokemon is probably Billy. I think Special Defensive would be better for me on this battle. I kind of want to keep you for Chandelure, honestly. I think you're just good all around to keep. Sonar, I think, is very good. I like using Sonar with her battle and all of that. Sanders may not be terrible, but I feel like there just may be something better. I do want to have Meowstic on the team, just because screens can be very, very useful. I guess I could do... don't really have anything. I mean, like Flashfire Arcanine wouldn't be bad, but it just doesn't really do a whole lot against them. Obstagoon isn't really a bad idea either. He does hit like a truck. Got this guy here. There's quite a few options, actually. Could be that guy and just bring 2 Quagsires, honestly. Not a bad idea. I mean, and that's something too, just to give advice for players, you know, it's not a bad idea if you want to use like two of the same Pokemon. I mean, why not? If it gets you the win, run with it. But I don't think I want to use two. I don't think so. I don't know, actually. There's just like a lot of ideas. I don't know, could run Flash Fire Houndoom. Because, I mean, I don't know, go for Snarl on some Pokemon. May not be a bad idea. Let's get a little wacky. Let's get a little wacky. Why not? I like it. And again, it's one of those things that, like I said before, even if it doesn't work, redo it, retry it, experiment with it. It may not work the first time, but you'll get there. You'll get there. Okay. Get you guys some berries. And... oh, hold up. Before I do anything else... hold up. Wasn't there a guy that, I know if I don't do it now, I'm going to forget. Wasn't there a guy looking to see a Shelmet over here? Or am I going crazy? I might be going crazy. I thought there was a guy looking for a Shelmet. Maybe he's already gone. Oh, it's this guy here. I had a Carablast back in the day, but despite our best efforts, we couldn't ever find a Shelmet around these parts. They've long since passed on, but I'm glad to have the opportunity to see one in person at last. Here, have this. And then... let me take a look here. It's not a bad item, honestly, but, yeah. By the way, we did get this guy at, whatchamacallit, yeah, River's End there, if you're curious. And then before I forget... you can get yourself a muscle band. Alright, enough of that. Enough of that. Alright, let's see how this goes. Now, I don't know how this is all gonna go, but we'll give it a try. We'll win eventually. Her battle really... how do I want to word it? It's not the most difficult, but if you don't really have the right team for her, she can definitely give you a very difficult time. Some people from the crowd gather inside. Oh, and by the way, I think there's a thing with her field that, if you do some certain things with it, whatchamacallit, I didn't mean to do that, hold up. Alright, sorry for the pause there, but, let me look here. I do believe if you do some things with the field, you can lose points with her. And I kind of want to go over that with you guys just in case. So yeah. Let me... see, check up on Millie and Aquamarine Cave. We did do that. beat Amber. Cons are level 1 as the final field, -2. Anything else is +3. Okay. I thought there was a thing that if you change it into like a ice or water field or something like that, that you get minus points with her. Maybe they changed that. But anyways though, I thought I'd just let you guys know just in case. Alright, sorry for the pause there, I'm back now, but before we do the battle, darling, you'll do just fabulously. Thanks for the encouragement. You'll do well, Alon. Do it well. I don't think I've seen an official battle like this before. Don't make it boring, please. You got it. I'm ready for a great battle. This party has been awesome. It is kind of neat that you can talk to these two before the battle. I do like that. Good luck to the both of you. I'll be happy and sad no matter who wins. Such is the curse of being a mother. Fair enough. Alrighty. I'm not expecting to win first try, but we'll see what happens. Darn, it took you long enough. It's pretty rockin', right? I think the outcome was pretty successful, and it's all thanks to you, Alon. This energy just can't be beat. Let's keep the audience happy. That means giving them what they want. This battle has been pushed back far too much, and that's all on me. I apologize, but I'm not gonna let that hold me down. You better bring everything you've got. And that's something, whenever I get into, probably not this episode, maybe the next episode, at some given point when I talk about like my feelings on Terajuma's like island arc as a whole, that is easily one of my favorite things, is Amber's like change and the whole thing with Tesla and whatnot. I really want to get into that some more, because like that's one of the overall positives and possibly one of my favorite things within this game, but we'll hold off on that right now. We got a battle to do. Okay, so you lead with that guy there. Let's go into Olympia. Go for Earthquake. Kind of surprised you stayed in. Okay. I'm gonna stay in. Let's go into Ice Cream. Might be a misplay. I don't know yet. Might be a misplay. Okay. Fire Rock. And you're new. You didn't have this guy before. Let's go for Tailwind. Quag. I have no idea what you are. You're new. Oh, right. I remember. You're one of those, new, forms. Right. Right. I'm gonna do the same thing to you. Because I remember you can be tricky. Okay. I might have blundered. Yeah, I blundered. Okay. Yeah, I have to redo that. Okay. Because, like, back then, to be fair, her team was totally different. Because, like, back then, so it means Toxtricity probably isn't there. Maybe Chandelure's the final one, or maybe it is Toxtricity. But this guy here is new. The Gyarados is new. Yeah, okay. I'm gonna have to redo that then. I don't think it really is that difficult of a battle, but I went about it in the wrong way. We're gonna go, well, I'm curious actually, hold up. Right, okay. Alright, this time we're gonna lead with Swampert. Oh yeah, and real quick, let me, I'll show you guys what I got going on here. I don't know why you're Jolly Nature. But I'm gonna keep the same team for now. I should have some... Yeah, here we go. Okay. Let's retry that again. Camera, Olympia. Because, like, back then, I don't think she led with the camera, or maybe she did. I just don't remember. Okay, that's different. You went for rocks. Rock slide here. Okay. That's out. I don't see a point in really swapping, honestly. I mean, I guess go into Quag, go for Earthquake. Okay. Just... You know what? Hold up. Let Nautilus go. Let it go. Quack can still be useful. Let's go into Ice Cream. Reflect. Light Screen. Sonar. That's out. Just go for Super Fang. Air Slash. Quag. Even if it didn't miss, it didn't really matter. Okay, so you kept this guy. It's not the Chandelure. I really wanted to know the final one. Okay. So then, yeah, I think I blundered this battle too. Oh, no I didn't. Oh my god, I did blunder. I didn't see the air balloon text. That's my fault. We could have won. That's okay. Yeah, because if I attacked, broke the balloon, took me out, well, I don't know actually. I don't know, but we'll redo that. I just wanted to know the final one. Alright, we're back now, and before we go about it with another attempt, like I brought up before, trial and error is something that's important, and it's something that I want to bring up with new people that may be checking out the series, that may be new to the game and whatnot. So since I finally learned and found out Chandelure has been removed, no need for Houndoom. It's not a bad Pokemon to use within the battle, but there's going to be something better than this guy. We know that Toxtricity has HP Grass, most likely, since again it was super effective to Quag. Well, not most likely, it is HP Grass, because Quag only has one weakness, so we'll need something that can take a hit from that guy, and that's most likely going to be Quag here, but we got to get a scenario that somehow we can break that balloon. There are quite a few options we can do and go about this. I don't really want to use a second Quag, but honestly it doesn't seem like a bad idea at all. Because like we already have these two. There's going to be something else for us. Let me pause and think about it actually, because there's quite a few options, honestly. Alright, hopefully third time's a charm. I also realize, I don't think I talked to you. Amber Strong, don't let your guard down, Alon. Thank you for that. And our new team member is going to be a Dugtrio. Not a bad Pokemon, very, very great. It's fast, it has a very decent attack stat, so we'll give it a try. And it's something from that one viewer that brought up the idea of like Sun teams and different ideas. I kind of want to bring that mentality into this because a lot of the ideas that I do is something that I've been doing for a long while, so I really want to try to experiment more so as well. So Dugtrio is somebody that I don't think I've really ever used in a playthrough of Rejuvenation, but again, let's experiment. Let's give it a try. And that's my dog in the background. Sorry about that. He is goofy, I'll give him that. Alright, let's go for Earthquake. Right, we'll go for that again. Same thing here. Rock Slide. Go for Earthquake because we know we can take the hit. Okay. I think just let him go. I think this is where you're gonna shine, Dugtrio. Thank you. You're out. The thing is, there's a very high chance it's just gonna go for Protect. But let's say Sack off Duck Trio, go into Sonar. I think I can take the hit. I think Air Slash pretty much always OHKOs. Then what do you have? Flareon, Toxtricity, and is there another Pokemon? It's 2 or 3 that's left. Might be a misplay. I'm gonna go for that idea. Okay. Yeah, you do go for Protect. Alright, I'm out. Going to you. Air Slash. Barely take the hit. Okay. Super Fang. I'm out. Claire. I need these two help me for the Toxtricity. Gunk Shot. You're out. I don't know if I could take the hit. No. Okay. That's okay. Going to you. Light Screen. Psychic. Okay. I mean, you can go for Reflect, but it's going to be a special attacker. It's not going to matter. Go for Aqua Tail. I could take the hit very nicely. And Earthquake. Cool. Yeah, so overall, her battle, again, like, if you have a team that doesn't really do well against her, you are going to have some issues. But as long as you have a good amount of Pokemon, is how I'm going to word it, that do well against her, you should be fine. And that's something that I brought up on past videos probably, is that Rejuvenation, to give advice to new players that may be struggling potentially, it's one of those games that you can't just choose 6 Pokemon for the most part, unless like you are insanely good at Pokemon. But for the most part, for the average or maybe somewhat above average player, it's one of those games that you need to have more than just 6 Pokemon. You can't just have a full team of 6, maybe capture some stuff along the way, barely do any training and whatnot with them, and just like leave them to PC. You really need to spend time, capture different Pokemon, capture that Quagsire, capture that Doug Trio, go get the Houndoom from that one quest, get the, whatever it is out there that seems somewhat decent, because down the road, it might be that one Pokemon that gets you through that battle that you might be struggling with. You gotta have that mentality that it's just not one of those more easy official, or some of the other fan-made games that are more so on the easy side. This game can be a little bit tricky. It is different with the fields and whatnot, and especially if you're doing a challenge run, do not be afraid to capture more than 6 Pokemon. Have a ton available in the PC, and when things get rough, you have a good amount of opportunities and a selection of Pokemon that might be able to help you. Do not forget that. That's one of the best pieces of advice I can give to new players that for whatever reason may be struggling with this game, is that potentially you may just not have enough Pokemon at your PC, and maybe you're not capturing enough or not really training enough and all that kind of stuff. Don't treat it like a normal Pokemon game. It is a very, how do I want to word it? It's a lot more difficult than most official games, and I don't even want to observe in the mic there. I don't even want to say most. I think it's pretty much more difficult than all of them. Maybe I'm wrong on that, but yeah. And do not be afraid to train. Do not be afraid to EV train and level them up, have it all good and whatnot. Spend the time. And that's something that a lot of players may have issues with, that it's time consuming. You're right, it is. This game is extremely time consuming. It really is. I'm not gonna lie about that. But I promise, you give it the time, you get invested in the story, you go about it the way you're supposed to, it will be a much more fun experience, and you'll go through it pretty quickly without too many difficulties. Yeah, there are battles down the road that it can get rough and tough, and it can get pretty frustrating for some people, but I'm a firm believer again, if you have a good selection of Pokemon at your PC, in some way, shape, and form, you'll go about the battle okay. And if not, go back out. Go find that Pokemon that might be able to help you. Go look at, the one, like, Pokedex guide thing, I think that's on their Discord and whatnot. Go see what you can capture. Maybe you don't have a, I don't know, maybe you don't have a Quagsire, and you're like, well, how do I get that? Or maybe a Clefable for whatever reason, or any sort of anything. I think you get the point. What? But the hype was too real. I can't believe I lost to you. Ah, well, I guess the crowd liked it. Let me hear you shout. You heard them, Milan. That was an awesome battle. You deserve these wonderful prizes. Pretty decent move there. The battle may be over, but the party ain't stopping until we drop. For a moment. Amber's too focused on her song, she can't hear you. Cool, cool. Alrighty then. We are about an hour and 10 minutes, but there is... Right, one thing I want to do. Idiots. As if you... Sorry. I can't read today. As if I just let you die without finishing your duty. I find it extra detestable, that you let yourself get to this point, Nim. Have you absolutely no control over your form? Oh, what? Where am I? Turn around. Huh? What? My hair? What the heck? Why you cut my hair? Listen carefully, because I'm only going to go through this once. What is your name? My name? It's... Nim. Yes, I believe it did go something like that. You're going to forget about that name from now on. Your name is no longer Nim. Your name needs to reflect who you truly are. Forsaken. Alone. Lorna. I think that's a good name for someone like you. The Forsaken Girl. The girl who is alone. And rightfully so. You've caused so much trouble due to your blatant incompetence. You don't deserve the right to live by that name you gave yourself, because Nim died on top of Valor Mountain. Nim will stay dead. Listen carefully. This is what I want you to do. Now, real quick, I don't want to get into spoilers, but I want to point out the music track that is playing right now. That is something that is very interesting to me. And when the time is right, I'll talk about it, because well, the thing is, like, we're like an hour plus into the video. And what I want to get into, it's very heavy spoilers, and I'll leave it at that. I don't want to get into it right now. Do you understand, Lorna? I understand. I'm glad to hear that. Now get out of my sight. My name is Lorna, the girl who is always alone. Nice to meet you, Lorna. Chapter 9, No Time Left to Lose. So, that didn't go well, did it? We lost Zeta, Gira's been injured, and Matulus is who the hell knows where. So, could have been worse, I suppose. Madam X is beyond furious. It's probably best we stick to the lounge. Neve, a drink please. Old-fashioned. You got it. Alan, Malie, and the others have gotten really strong, haven't they? Strong enough to push back at least. Meanwhile, I'm wasting away in this place doing nothing of importance. Nonsense, you've been hitting training space daily, sure, but going out and gaining experience as a trainer is more valuable. Perhaps it is, but it's still something. Besides, you won't be complaining for long. The project I mentioned to you before will commence shortly. Took you long enough. You don't have to make yourself very convincing. Huh? Stop being so rough, Anastasia. Being childish won't help you. It's fine, we're only working together on mutual benefit. It's fine if he still sees us as his enemy. I didn't expect anything different. When I only ask that you put your differences aside for the meantime. Sorry, Ren, I only ask for you to put your differences to the side for a moment. The project we're going to undergo will require our trust to be at its peak. I understand. Yes, I would. Alright, before we walk on out of here, because a certain cutscene does happen, I think this is a good spot to end off today's episode, so yeah. But anyways though, yeah, that'll be it. I love you guys, take care of yourselves, and I will see you guys in the next episode. Good morning.